Alright, so we've slowly been cleaning up stuff on the old truck, as my family calls Mater. It makes for a very boring video doing wiring, but slowly going through, cleaning up all this old wiring, tracking down where the extension cords went to. But all this stuff is just so brittle. So I've got some plugs coming in for the headlights. Let me show you some of this wiring. It's pretty bad. So a lot of this wiring, it's just like this, that where it's just coming off, or big sections like that where it's totally bare. These are for the headlights, so imagine why they didn't work. Because, well, it grounds the body like any other car or any other vehicle. And, well, that's what's powering the lights. So, but we got a more pressing issue because I did change fluid in the differentials. It's kind of hard to get up in there. Took out about a gallon of water out of the rear diff. Yeah. So let me show you what we got to do today. So all of the gear lube I put in is just running out that pinion seal. So we got to take the shaft out. We'll check the drive shafts, and I gotta see if I can get a new seal for that. I did clean up under here yesterday because it was, well, that frame rail up in there was packed full. So, how much we're gonna be able to see under here. Or just change the U-joints on both ends. Okay, let's see here. Hopefully. Okay, there's the shaft. There we go. Just took some persuading. So once I found the seal puller, managed to get the seal out. Luckily it popped out, and new seal. Used a piece of exhaust pipe to pound the other one in. It fit right into the groove of the seal. If you like this kind of stuff, please remember, check out the next video, subscribe, and let's keep going. Alright, so we got to put new joints in. So we're going to use our, I call it a U-vise, so it's made for U-joints. Pull the clips out. These clips are always the fun part. I need a different pair of pliers for this. And this clip is rusted on the far side. There we go. Drop it on the ground. Okay, there's one side. And I know you can buy sockets and all kinds of stuff, but I make this so I put it on the back of the Jeep, and I also use it for a skid plate when we're going over obstacles. You know, for this, basically, get it in there and try to eyeball center. Doesn't get the caps moving. Then you can recenter everything. And then what you'll see is it'll slowly push the U-joint out the other side. Like I said, if you have an impact wrench, this becomes even easier. Take this far cap off. All right, then we just get it all cleaned up. I just get in there and get this thing cleaned up. All right, so we're gonna tape one side of these so we don't drop it. Needles go everywhere. So you go in just past the snap ring. Now if you get new snap rings, use those. If you don't, use your old ones. Just make sure it went in. Need something to drive it with and you're afraid of hitting your cap. And just make sure that's all the way in the recess. Just make sure that that clip is all the way in. So we are going to install a speedy sleeve. Now what a speedy sleeve is, it's just a really thin replacement for that yoke. They make them for yokes and for timing chains and all kinds of things. So we're going to put some Loctite on this thing. Everything's nice and clean already. And it's got a little installation tool here. So this will just sit over there and here we go. And that'll be right in that area. So then once, ideal, this sleeve would have been nice, have been longer, but we'll let the Loctite dry and then pick up all the crap that's falling off the table here. And then get this dude put back together. So, a pretty neat little tool I'd gotten from Spicer a while back. I think it was Toledo Jeep Fest possibly. Was this little chart from Dana. And if you didn't know what size U-joint you needed, you could just set it in here and you would just read the chart to the other side and it would tell you it's a 1310. The other way would be you could measure across the caps also. But if it doesn't show you on one side, it'll tell you on the other. But I think, you know, this is the best way on the inside, right? You just line it up in there and trying to do this backwards here. Just line it up and tells you 1310. So let's get this dude back together because I'm really wanting to drive this somewhere. Don't know where our first trip's gonna be yet, other than there really needs to be one. It takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication to get these things running again. So I'm just trying to torque it to 200 foot-pounds. I don't know that I'm going to get there. Well, but I think I might clean the underside of this off. And, well, this is all going to get painted, but maybe Line-X the other side. But I definitely got to get this frame painted and all protected before it becomes a rock bucket. But leave me a note. What part of this do you like? The building or the wrenching? Maybe both. Let me know.